Hi, good day. My name is Crystal Julia Lanzaga, and we are the Group 2, and I'm here to explain to all of you about the strengths and weaknesses of the Filipino character as social cultural issue. So before I proceed, I will going to read the objectives of this lesson. There have two objectives here in the lesson, intended for the learning outcomes. So at the end of the chapter, you should be able to analyze the strengths and weaknesses of Filipino character. Second is analyze which school can counteract the weaknesses of the Filipino character. Now, let's proceed to the strengths of the Filipino. First is pakikipagkapwa-tao. Filipino recognize others, not stranger or outsider, but a fellow humanity beings with dignity, worth, and rights equal to our own. For example, laging sinasabi ng mga parents natin or mga family natin na kahit stranger sila ay kailangan mo bigyan ng respeto. Dahil ang bawat tao ay tao pa din. May nararamdaman, may inuunlad, or may ginagawa sa buhay. Second, family orientation. Filipino emphasize the central role of the family in shaping identity, decision, and relationship. In Filipino culture, the family considered the foundation of social life and a primary source of support, guidance, and belonging. Why? Filipino emphasize this because Filipino believe that family is very important. Na doon nagsisimula lahat ang bawat kultura na meron tayo or bawat pagmamahal na meron tayo. Nagbibigay lakas ang bawat Pilipino sa isa't isa. Third, joy and humor. Filipino reflects the natural tendency of Filipinos to remain cheerful, light-hearted, and resilient even in the face of challenges. It's not just about laughter, but it's about using humor and positivity as a way to connect and uplift others. Diba lagi natin nalalaman when other countries or ibang tao or taga-ibang bansa pumupunta dito sa Pilipinas, ang lagi nilang binabanggit, Filipino is so joyful and humorous. Because Filipino is one of the most happy people with a very joyful heart. Fourth is a flexibility, adaptability, and creativity. What are those? Highlight the ability to adjust changing circumstances, find innovative solutions, and thrive even in uncertain situations. These traits reflect Filipino spirit, resourceful, madiskarte, and resilience, katatagan. This contains those Filipinos are not just a Filipino, but we are so flexible, we are so adaptability, and we are so creative. Kaya natin mag-flex sa ibang lugar, kaya natin mag-adapt sa ibang lugar, at kaya natin gawin ang nais natin at madiskarte tayo sa bawat hamon na pagsubok na meron tayo. That's what one of Filipino strengths that we leave for other countries. Next. Fifth strength of Filipinos' characteristic is the hard work and industry. Emphasize perseverance, diligence, and productivity. They reflect the belief that success and process come from the consistent effort, discipline, and dedications to one's responsibilities. Filipino believe that hard working is most important in life because kung wala daw yun, walang mararating sa buhay. Filipino strength of believing in hard work is the most important thing in our life kasi kung wala ang hard work, wala ka din sa nakatayuan mo. The sixth part of the strength of Filipino is very important in our life, and many people will know about it because many people is argument about it. which is the sixth part of the Filipino strength, is faith and religiosity. Filipino highlight the importance of spiritual belief in God and practice the religious traditions. For many Filipinos, faith is not just a personal conviction but guiding principle in daily life, shaping moral decision, resilience, and community bonds. So Filipino always believe in spiritually. Kaya nga, diba, every time Filipino were just going to weak, they were always make sure God or spiritual importance is always there in our side. This ability to survive. Filipino reflect resilience, resourcefulness, and determination to overcome challenges. It highlights Filipino spirit in finding ways to endure hardship, adapt to difficult circumstances, and thrive despite limited resources. Now we're done to the strengths of Filipinos. Meron tayong mga strength. Meron din tayong mga weaknesses. What are those? First is extreme family-centeredness. Using public office and power to advance family interests leads to the fictionalism, patronage, and political dynasty, and shielding the erring relatives. This weakens concern for the common good and hinders the growth and national consciousness. Mapapansin natin palagi in every family meron talaga tayong extreme na merong sabihin na lang natin favoritism or mga pamilya or meron tayo doon na naiikot lang sa isang pamilya palagi ang ating family dynasty, or kung alam nyo lang yung political dynasty, meron din ganun. Lagi naman natin napapansin, di ba? Next is extreme personalism. Filipino often struggle to distinguish between objective tasks and personal feelings, which can lead to discomfort with bureaucracy, rules, and standard procedures. Reliance on personal contacts and favoritism toward family and friends in hiring services and voting is for personalism, which contributes to the graph of corruption in society. Madalas daw napapansin in not only in the family orientation but also in the political orientation. How? Educational also, political. Pero let's focus to educational. Let's state the fact that also a lot of teachers have favoritism on the group or in personalism. Pero gusto nila na centered sila, and that was happened to a lot of Filipinos here in the country. Pero madami talagang mayroong ganito. The next is the lack of discipline. A Filipino is a casual toward time to space leads to poor precisions, procrastination, and weak time management. Dito pa lang pinapa-emphasize na that people have a Ningas-Kogan behavior. Ano nga ba yung Ningas-Kogan behavior? Meron tayong Ningas-Kogan behavior which called Ningas means flame or spark, and Kogon is a type of grass of burn quickly but dies out fast. Mabilis tayong magkaroon ng spark or parang mabilis tayong mabilis tayong mahalimot or mabilis tayong mawala sa sarili natin. And those lack of discipline will lead us to resistance to strict procedures, causes lack of coordination and quality control. Third is passivity and lack of initiative. Filipino tendency to wait to direction and rely to authority foster complicances, lack of urgency. It high tolerance to inefficiency, a poor service, and even right violation to reflect assistant patient or matiisin. Those making a vulnerable and explanation. Hindi napapansin ba natin that here in our country, if you're poor, you're nothing. If you are rich, you have a justice. That's what that we are in tendency to wait na lang to give us the right justice that we need. Colonial mentality, lack of patriotism, or an active awareness to appreciate the love of Philippines and actual presence in things and foreign. Like mga made in China, 'di ba? Like mga gamit na meron tayo dito sa Pilipinas, hindi natin ina-accept. Katulad na lang ng mga bigas, mga materyales na bagay na gawa sa Pilipino, kasi nga daw they were not called is matibay. We are believing that more on foreign goods is good than Filipino goods. Is kanya-kanya syndrome or talangka mentally. Ano nga ba yung kanya-kanya syndrome? Is a gossip or chismis, intrigue, and uncontroversial criticism reflect a personal ambition, discurious, common good. Dito pa lang napapansin na natin that we have also on the individuality. Hindi na natin iniisip yung mga taong nasa paligid natin, but we have a kanya-kanya syndrome, or kung kaya mo, ikaw na bahala dyan, kaya mo na yun eh. Pag kaya niya na yun. Kung kaya ko yun. Because we are only individual. That's what also Filipino mind in the society. In government bureaucracy, this is a manifest of lack of service orientation. Hindi na natin napapansin yung mga taong mayroong dapat na good sa atin. Diba? Next is the lack of self-analysis and self-reflection. The tendency to be a superficial and some of flighty. In days of serious personal social problems, there is a lack of analysis of reflection, and instead of satisfaction with superficial explanation and solution. Dito, focus that people is no have self-reflection or self-analysis. Hindi tayo mahilig tumingin kung ano yung meron sa sarili natin. We are always focusing those people say. We are always people focusing on what people think about who you are. And that's what also the mindset of children or students in this quality of school. Like, imagine when students think you are tawag doon, you are not that higher of your brain, hindi ka ganon ka talino. Filipino will think that ganon ka, wala kang alam, but they will not, that your talent also will, you're also believing that those people say, and you don't have any, or we don't have, or we are lack of self-reflection. Emphasis of forma rather than substance. This lack of knowledge is emphasizing on form reinforced educational system that is more from a substance. Mapapansin natin ng educational system natin dito is puro palaporma. O, di ba? Yung puro pangako pero hindi kayang itupad. Puro paganda pero hindi naman maganda. Like that. Puro sabi pero wala namang nagagawa. It always talk, or always mabango sa tingin, hiwala sa mabango pakinggan, wala naman sa ganda. Parang ganun. Bakit nga ba tayo nagkaroon of that thing or happen, which is the strength of weaknesses? To emphasize that thing or to know about that lot of happen, there is a report which called a moral recovery program, building a people, building a nation. It was submitted on April 27, 1988 by Senator Letashi Shahani. This is emphasizing or analyzing the lesson about what is the Filipino weakness, what is Filipino strength, and what is in school, in educational system. So, the next topic will happen from Tara.
Good day, everyone. Today, I will talk about the importance of value education in schools. This is all about teaching students how to make good decisions and become responsible citizens. Purpose. The purpose of value education is to teach moral decision making, responsible citizenship, and essential Filipino values. It shapes learners into value driven, socially responsible individuals. Example, we learn how to be honest, respectful, and responsible. Historical Foundation, based on Senator Leticia Shahani's 1988 Moral Recovery Program. It led to the development of the Values Education Framework. Curriculum Integration. Basic Education Curriculum or BEC introduce core values education or K-12 curriculum. Rename subject to edukasyon sa pagpakatao, ESP for grade 1 to 10. Integrated into senior high school through core subject like personal development and understanding culture, society, and politics. Lastly, there are four important core values we learn in school: makadiyos, godly, makatao, humane, makakalikasan, environmentally conscious, and makabansa, nationalistic. These values guide us in how we treat others, how we care for the environment, and how we love our country. This is the end of our discussion, and thank you for listening.